First, right here at 5 o'clock, in a major escalation of its targeted strike against the big three U.S. major automakers, the United Auto Workers Union is calling for even more workers to walk off the job. Another 5,600 United Auto Worker members are now hitting the picket line. Today's editions focus on parts distribution plants at GM and Stellantis across 38 different locations in 20 states. It all comes due to a lack of progress in negotiations with those two companies in particular.
Both companies are still offering a deficient cost of living allowance that is projected to provide zero increases over the next 4 years. Both of those companies have rejected all of our job security proposals. Both GM and Stellantis have rejected our profit sharing proposals. And both companies have rejected our proposals to convert temps.
The UAW did not add any more strike locations for Ford. And the UAW says Ford avoided those additional strikes because the company met some of the union's demands during negotiations. WHAS11's Ian Hartwitt and senior photojournalist Alyssa Newton went to the local union hall and heard about how they feel with Ford's concessions.
Ford says they're working diligently with the UAW. In the union's announcement Friday morning, President Shawn Fain said they reached some agreements, like the right to strike over plant closures, a 13.3% increase in profit sharing for employees, and cost of living adjustments for their wages. Back then, union leadership said they made those concessions for the company and the union's survival. Lower pay and benefits led some Ford employees to quit at the time. Today, UAW Local 862 President Todd Dunn says it's time Ford paid the union back for what they gave up.
The company has not rewarded those auto workers for the sacrifices they made, the ones they continue to do. We worked through the pandemic. I think it's just a little bit rewarding for the membership, to see a lot of these improvements, and I hope to see the best agreement that I've seen in my 28 years, and I feel comfortable that I will.
It's enough comfort for Dunn to believe the UAW and Ford can reach a tentative agreement and avoid a strike, even if the union stays prepared for one. In Louisville, Ian Hartwitt, WHAS11, on your side.
And just this morning, Ford released a statement after the union's announcement where they say there is still significant gaps to close on the key economic issues, but that progress is being made. And it is the end of an era in St. Matthews. Pruitts Automotive is closing down. The owners tell us they will shut their doors for good coming up on October 6th. Pruitts is one of the last gas stations in the area where an attendant will pump your gas for you and even fill up your tires with air. The owner tells us there's been a gas station right there at the corner of Lexington and Frankfort since the 1950s. Pruitts has been in business for 63 years. There's no word yet on what's going to be taking over that space. Well, happy Friday, happy last day of summer. We certainly are feeling the heat, Ben, as we finish up the season.
Yeah, no doubt. Not really far from 90 out there this afternoon, Shay. Right now we're at 88 degrees, so definitely the warmest day we've had in quite some time. This is the warmest day we've had since September 5th, and this dry weather pattern continues here for us. Just want to give you another heads up. It looks like the last car is about to be taken away by the tow truck on the Clark Memorial Bridge. 2nd Street Bridge was shut down earlier. Now we have one lane open, but it should be all back open here pretty shortly. Again, 88 feeling like 86, kind of a reverse heat index. It feels a touch cooler than the very warm 88 with that humidity low at 31%. And area temps right now, we've got 84 at Valley Station, PRP, and Fern Creek, and Prospect 82, and at mostly lower to mid 80s throughout Kentuckiana. A few fair weather cumulus clouds, but a lot of sunshine mixed in as well. Active weather with showers and thunderstorms well to our west around St. Louis, and that's where the busy weather will stay, as our weather pattern will stay quiet. Just a light northeast breeze this evening with temperatures in the 70s as we head towards sunset, which is right around 7:45 now. Clear and cool tonight with lows in the 50s to around 60 degrees. So no AC needed during the overnight, and then maybe a little bit tomorrow afternoon with sunshine, upper 70s and lower 80s. So a very nice start to the fall season tomorrow. And also very nice out at the ballpark. One of our last few games here, 7:15 the first pitch with 82 degrees, and then again dropping into the 70s a little bit later this evening. Overnight low 60 in the city, 50s outside the city, 75 at lunchtime tomorrow, and tomorrow afternoon's high up to 83 degrees. We'll try to find a rain chance coming up a little bit later in that 7-day forecast, Shay.
All right, Ben, thank you. Now to more news right here at 5. Tonight, we are learning more about a deadly house fire in the Russell neighborhood. Louisville Fire says it happened this morning at 26 and Magazine. The fire killed one man, it displaced several others, and since then, firefighters have been on scene helping to clear out homes and help those residents salvage their belongings. WHAS11's Alexis Jones takes us there.
Louisville Fire says the blaze started here at this home on Magazine Street and quickly made its way to the homes next door, leaving one family on the street with nowhere else to go. A whirlwind of emotions as Natasha Mitchell tries to pick up what's left of the last 11 years.
I haven't processed it yet.
Mitchell says she was home with her 3 children when she got a startling knock at the door early Friday morning. That's when she learned the house next door was on fire and the flames were heading in her direction.
Big flames. It was so big, it scared me. It scared me.
According to Louisville Fire Department, it took nearly 40 firefighters to stop the blaze. Chief Brian O'Neill says thankfully they were able to save everyone in the houses to the right and the left.
Unfortunately, it was just too late for the person in the main fire.
Mitchell says that person was her neighbor Michael Justice, but everyone just called him Mike. She says Justice owned the home for several years and continued to live there after he lost it.
He's a good guy. He just got sick.
Officials are still investigating what caused the fire and ultimately what led to Justice's death. In the meantime, loved ones and neighbors are rallying around Mitchell, who's already faced so much this past year.
She lost her restaurant on 18th and Jefferson called Fire and Desire. She hasn't even recovered from that yet. We're going to stand with Tasha. We're going to try to find resources, give money, do whatever we can to help Tasha and her family recover.
Mitchell says she doesn't know what she would do without the community by her side. Even during this dark time, she's able to see some light.
I'm grateful because they've been really, really kind and nice to me. And I just want to thank them.
In Louisville, Alexis Jones, WHAS 11 on your side.
And the fire chief told us that one of the firefighters did receive a minor injury this morning. Now, arson investigators are on that scene working to determine how it started. Now to eastern Kentucky, where a man died after being swarmed by bees in his garden. According to the Harlan County Coroner's Office, a 59-year-old was moving an old bag of potting soil off of his porch when he was stung by bees from inside that bag. Family attempted CPR until medical personnel arrived. We're told he died at the hospital. And a JCPS staff member has been reassigned after fighting with a student. It happened yesterday at Male High School in a bathroom. According to a letter sent by the principal, the fight ended quickly and nobody was hurt. The staff member's reassignment is standard policy for JCPS. In Elizabethtown tonight, a teenager is facing charges in connection to a drive-by shooting. Elizabethtown police say on Tuesday night, a man was shot by someone in a passing car. It happened right there on Dixie Avenue. Officers used flock cameras to read license plates and connect the juvenile to the shooting. The teen was arrested Wednesday morning. Police say the victim and the suspect knew each other. They had a history. They do want the public to know it was not a random shooting. And back here at home, a 16-year-old is charged with murder months after a deadly robbery in the Shawnee neighborhood. Police say the call came in after midnight. Someone found a victim with a gunshot wound on Lewis Coleman Jr. Drive. Of course, that's the Shawnee neighborhood. When EMS arrived, they could not save him. The coroner's office identified him as Joshua Davidson, and a 16-year-old has now been charged with his murder and robbery in connection to that shooting. The man accused of shooting and killing someone inside a downtown Louisville food mart was in court today. Records show back in June, 23-year-old Jowanta Dickerson got into an argument with an employee there in the food mart on Broadway. Officers say that the argument escalated and Dickerson pulled out a gun, shooting the employee. Today, he pleaded not guilty to the charges. He is being held in jail on a $250,000 bond. Indiana investigators are offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to a homicide suspect who was accidentally released from the jail. Investigators with the Marion County Sheriff's Office say 28-year-old Kevin Mason was mistakenly released just 2 days after he was arrested for murder. He is still on the loose tonight, but his girlfriend is in custody. Police say they believe she was helping to hide Mason. As a result of the mistake, 2 people are now out of a job. Police say if you see Mason, do not approach him. Instead, dial 911. 2 people were killed and dozens more were hurt when a charter bus carrying a high school marching band veered off of the highway and into a 15-foot ravine. It happened north of New York City. ABC's Morgan Norwood has more details on a possible cause.
The NTSB is launching a safety investigation into that deadly charter bus crash in New York State. Overnight, 2 massive tow trucks pulling the charter bus from a ravine after it rolled down an embankment on Interstate 84, killing 2 people and injuring all 40 Farmingdale High School students on board. 16 rushed to the hospital. 15-year-old Anthony Eugenio was on that bus and says it flipped several times.
I woke up, I heard the drill veer down, and then I heard the bus starts to roll over the hill. I thought it was a dream until I felt the pain in my leg.
Farmingdale High School chartered 6 buses to take the school's band to band camp in Greeley, Pennsylvania. They were just about 30 minutes from the destination when that bus rolled off the road. First responders getting the call around 1 p.m. Thursday.
Bus rollover VA with ejection. 84 eastbound.
Rushing to the scene to find that mangled bus on its side, the scene littered with debris. Rescuers using a ladder to reach students through the side windows.
If it wasn't for the people behind me and all that they did, we would have lost more, and they wouldn't have gotten the care as quickly as they did.
77-year-old Beatrice Ferrari and 43-year-old Gina Pelletieri both died in that crash. Pelletieri was Farmingdale High School's beloved band director. Her friends say she was a passionate teacher and a loving mother.
Her passion the last couple of years was her baby, her son Joseph, and he was the light of her life.
And according to federal records, this company had a strong safety rating over the past 2 years. And when it comes to seat belts, the company's website says the bus does have them, but it's unclear if the students and faculty aboard were strapped in. Morgan Norwood, ABC News, New York.
The school district says 5 other buses that were traveling to that camp turned around and returned to Farmingdale, but made a brief stop beforehand to give students some time to meet with grief counselors. And police have announced the results of their extra patrols in the Highlands neighborhood. The patrol happened after LMPD say they received numerous complaints from neighbors there, citing quality of life issues. In a Facebook post, police say an 8-day detail resulted in 15 guns seized, 13 vehicles towed, and 8 arrests, including 1 juvenile. Charges to those arrested include burglary, assault, drug charges, and gun-related charges.